Count Dankula's just been convicted. He's been found guilty of causing, under the Communications Act, of being grossly offensive. That's right. It's a crime to be grossly offensive. He'll be sentenced at 2 o'clock. I'd rather just spiel on what I think. In the fact that what he's been convicted of is telling a joke. Is a joke. He's been convicted. The judge did not accept, the judge did not believe that it was simply to annoy his girlfriend. The judge believed he purposely intended to cause mass offence. That's his purpose thing. Where in reality, if he did want to cause mass offence, who cares? Sure, we're not allowed to offend people. You can joke about the Irish. You can joke about the English. You can joke about anything. But what we found out under... He said, let me go back to what he said. He said that it was grossly offensive. He's been convicted of it being grossly offensive. 3 million people watched that video. Not one person made a complaint. 3 million people watched the video, not one person made a complaint. It couldn't have been that grossly offensive. People couldn't have... And in context, it was a joke. But right now, he's facing prison.
Some of the leaders of the Jewish communities as well said that they were really upset about it, and they had a lot of...
Not one person made a complaint. Not one person made a complaint. He didn't make a complaint. The one person that they got a statement of is the Scottish Police hate crime representative. They went to him. Not one person made a complaint.
The judge said you have to keep in mind reasonable enlightenment of a multiracial society.
Yeah, the judge said you have to keep in mind the reasonable enlightenment of a multiracial society. So as we become more diverse and more multicultural, you can't speak. Okay? You cannot joke. You certainly cannot offend.
The description of it being a joke is not a magic wand.
Yeah, but comedians joke about this stuff. Comedians joke every day. Comedians joke on TV shows. Comedians joke at theatres. It's a joke. It's a joke. It doesn't matter that it's a joke, no. It does not matter that it's a joke. I can't believe listening to that judge. How anyone can't watch it and see that it's a joke. When you go through the man's history, you can see he's got no Nazi past. He's not a racist. He's a self-admitting communist. He's told you that himself.
What was offensive was the fact that he uploaded the video and edited it, and it took him 3 days to put the video together. That's why it's offensive.
He said he should have taken the video down.
And he should have, yeah, once he realised the video was offensive, he should have taken it down. It's part of our right not to offend people.
So he said he didn't believe that it was...
It's part of our right not to offend people.
The video was threatening.
Yeah, the video was threatening because apparently seeing a little dog lift its paw up under the command gas of Jews would scare people.
So once again, for people just joining, what's the verdict?
People just joining, the verdict is that Count Dankula has been convicted and found guilty under the Communications Act of being grossly offensive. He will be sentenced at 2 o'clock. He will go back in the sentence 2 o'clock, where he could be sent to prison. And if you care about free speech, if you care about your rights, if you care about people who are free to joke, if you told a joke about the Irish, you wouldn't go to jail. You certainly wouldn't be convicted under the Communications Act. Anyway, I hope there's lots of Jewish people that watch this afterwards and are as offended at the fact that a man's been convicted for a joke video. Because that's the David Baddiel. It come out in court that David Baddiel, who's one of the most famous Jews in Britain, he's the Jewish comedian. He has come out in support of Count Dankula as how ridiculous this court trial is. What this court trial is, I don't even believe, is about the fact that Jews are offended. What this is about is implementing laws that silence people and stop people talking, joking, criticising and having speech. That's what this is about, in my opinion. Yes. And think about this. We've had a man who made a joke video. He made a joke video. He's come to court, he's been convicted. We have a Quds march every single year through our capital city. We have Hezbollah flags, which are terrorist organisations' flags. We have hate preacher after hate preacher after hate preacher across this country I'm in right now who are anti-Semitic on a daily basis in their sermons, in their mosques. They're not being convicted, they're not being dragged to court on hate speech. This is very selective in who they prosecute. It's selective, and this is done to send a message to people to say shut up speaking, shut up criticising, and shut up joking when it comes to our multiracial, diverse community that we now have. And the sentence is at 2 o'clock. So at 2 o'clock we'll be going back in there. He's there. Do you know what? It was quite emotional to watch, because even before the conviction was read out, his partner's holding her hand, and I know what that's like. I know what it's like for his missus, I know what it's like for his mum. His mum's now getting a phone call saying he's been convicted. They're all panicking and worrying that the man's going to go to jail because he made a joke video. He made a video that was a joke. I'll tell you what, our laws are a joke.
So once again, what was the verdict?
The verdict was he's been found guilty under the Communications Act of being grossly offensive.
I mentioned that they mentioned freedom of speech, but they say
Yeah, they mentioned freedom of speech, but said that there's no argument to it because he was offensive to a specific minority. How many of you people are offended? How many of you people are grossly offended when you see sermons by hate preachers or you see what they're saying? That doesn't matter though. Stop, get out of my face, I'm going to go on a proper rant.